Hi, I'm Laura Forbes Carlin, co-founder of Inspired Everyday Living, and I'm going to share with you how to clear the energy in your home. Every space holds energy. Every space holds the energy of all of the people who have been in the space, the emotions, the activities, and over time, this energy builds up and stagnates. Just as dust builds up in our home and we clean away the dust, when the energy builds up, we want to clear away the energy. Stuck energy can have a very similar effect to that of physical clutter. In many ways, it's just another type of clutter. You just can't see it and touch it, but the result is the same, which is it ties us to the past, it can weigh us down, it can block new and better things from coming into our life, and it can make us feel stressed out and overwhelmed. I think right now it's particularly important to practice clearing the energy in our homes because it is an anxious time, an uncertain time. There's so much activity going on in our homes. There's a lot of us all on top of each other, which can lead to tension. And if we don't clear the energy, then our space, our homes, is just reinforcing those negative patterns. But when we clear the energy, it's like hitting a reset button. It's refreshing our space and bringing us to the present moment. So when I clear my home, I like to use sage. You can also use essential oils. You can fill a spray bottle with water and add a few drops of your favorite essential oil. You could also use sound. You could use a bell or an instrument. You could clap your hands or even just use your intention as you clean your space. And I'll talk about intention in a moment. So what I do is I light my sage stick, and of course be careful if anyone in your home is allergic to sage, sensitive to smoke, or allergic to essential oils, then obviously you would choose a different tool. Also be mindful about smoke alarms, sprinkler systems, and make sure that you catch any embers that may fall during your sage clearing. So I use a little dish to make sure that I catch any embers. So when I start my ritual, I begin at the front door and I take a moment to connect with my home. I usually put my hand on the front door and commune with my home. Also just turn within and ask for assistance. You can ask for assistance from your home, from your higher self, from source energy, whatever feels right to you. So I take that moment of connection and then I bring my sage stick and I go from room to room, and I usually move in a clockwise direction through the room, and I'm mindful of corners. I make sure that the smoke reaches corners in my home. I go over door frames, and then once I've gone around the perimeter of the room, I usually end by coming back to the center of the room and doing one more circle in the center of my space. Now, as I'm going through the space, I'm thinking about refreshing and renewing the space. I am setting the intention and asking that anything that's not in alignment with peace, joy, love, creativity, just be released from my home. I'm asking that the space be refreshed. And then I come back to the front door and I put my sage stick back in its dish. And then what I do is I open up the front door and I open up the windows in my home. I let in fresh air. And now my intention is to let anything that's not in alignment with my highest and greatest good out the door and just welcome in as much positive energy as possible. I'm welcoming in joy, peace, grace, whatever it is you desire more of in your home and life right now. And then my final step of the space clearing process is to give thanks. And I often, again, go back to my door, put my hand on my door, and just offer my gratitude that it's done. I know that this is complete, that my home is now refreshed and renewed and filled with this positive energy. And I also offer thanks for my home, which is another thing, again, right now that I think is so important because our homes are everything right now. Our homes are serving us in so many ways. And so I just give thanks for my home. Thank you.